What's up, Outlaw Nation? How is everybody today? Hey, to all you guys that are putting extra comments in, I appreciate you. I love you. I know you're real outlaws. To everybody else, do me a favor. Add a comment down there. Comment on everybody else's comment. Comment on your own comment. Because, again, YouTube kicked me out of the algorithm. I don't know why YouTube doesn't love me. They don't love the Outlaw Nation. But as the Outlaw Nation, you guys can help us get back in the algorithm, get back growing, and let's get some more of this word out to the people. All right, guys. CQB versus urban. What is the difference? Are they the same? Let's look at it from the bigger picture, okay? So anything that you want to do in the tactical world or just in your life, right? You can just apply this to business. You can apply this to anything. Start with the 30,000 foot view, right? And say, okay, what are we trying to accomplish as a whole? And then narrow it down to be able to get to your actual objective. Or if your brain works the other way, get your objective and then bring it up to the 30,000 foot view. Either way is not wrong, okay? But let's look at it with CQB. Let's start at your ground level. You see CQB, you decide, I want to do CQB, and the idea in your brain, coming from all of the operators that we see all over the place, which are cool, Gucci, those guys are awesome, and you see them break into a house and do CQB and get a high value target, right? Osama bin Laden, Red Squadron, we appreciate you guys, that was awesome. So you saw the event of when they got the actual target, right? It was cool. Zero Dark 30, you know, they're pieing the corners. They're calling them out by name. I can't even remember the guy's name. And, you know, Robert J pops Osama in the head. And, you know, all of that was really cool. And this is where you put all of your mind and all of your tactics on CQB. You say, okay, what does it take for me to go in the room, clear the room, like from entering the door to each room? How do we make the stack? Do we strong wall it? Do we L it? Do we U it? Like what is it that we're doing? Are we following the Army? We following the SEALs? We following the Marines? Like, how are we doing CQB? And this is where we focus all of our tactics, right? We buy the Cry JPC, we put the 3 magazines in, we buy the pig gloves, the Cry pants, the Ops Core helmet, Ops Core amps, PVS 31s, and we're there, right? We're operator, right? And that's what we do, that's where we stop. And then, so we buy all this gear, we get ready, and we plan on SHTF looking like a constant CQB. CQB is actually a tactic of urban warfare. And HRT is a tactic of CQB. Did you know those are two different things? So you have CQB, close quarters battle, HRT, which is hostage rescue. If you have hostage rescue, what the operator is saying is whoever's in that room, their life is more important than my life. So I'm going to dynamic entry that room. We're going to overwhelm it with speed and violence of action and surprise, right? Speed, surprise, violence of action. We come into the room, we take everything in the room, we kill everybody in there, we save the hostage. That's hostage rescue. Then CQB might be more like close quarters battle where they're pieing the corners. Maybe they pitch a grenade in. Maybe they stand on the outside and call the people out. You know, you've seen the police with a bullhorn come out, bring out the civilians, the women, the children, to where hopefully you just leave a bad guy in, or maybe they'll, surrender. Like that's the ultimate, is to call them out of the house, right? That's CQB and HRT. Both of those things you need a really big team to do, right? I'd say, a minimum of 4 guys, an average of 25 guys to go take a target. I know it's like a controversy thing where you guys keep saying that like, oh, it's just going to be me and my buddy or me and my brother or me and my little tribe. No, you need probably 25 guys to take a house and go get them to where you don't face casualties or casualties are very small. And you still have to remember CQB is like a game where you either win or you die. It's a pretty big stakes, right? There's no other options. I win or I die, or I win or my buddy dies. You know what I mean? So CQB is really dangerous. HRT is even worse. HRT means they're right there. They're ready to kill this hostage and it's a for sure thing. And you coming in the door, you might get waxed. You might have a dude at the end with a belt fed and you come through the door and the number 2 man is just in trouble, right? But the bigger picture as we come out, right? We got Osama. And as we come out, we see, wait a minute, how did we get there? So now let's go 30,000 foot from the top down, okay? 30,000 foot from the top down is, did you have your whole team set up and ready? Did you each check each other's gear and check your own gear? Do you have a map of the area? after you have a gear check, a map of the area, and a plan, so everybody knows which way they're gonna go, and after they know, so hey, this is plan A, they have plan B, and they have plan C, all part of urban warfare. And then urban warfare is in and around man-made structures, houses, buildings, stadiums. This is urban warfare. When I was in Ukraine, we were in Kiev, that was urban warfare. We were in a city that to us in America would be like Dallas, right? They had an airport, they had the same planes as us, same cars as us, same apartment buildings as us almost, same houses. And so that's where we were. We were in and around those things. There was no CQB taking place, but there was urban warfare taking place, okay? All right, so now after we have plan A, B, and C, we've done all of our gear checks, we have the maps, everybody's ready, and we go insert into this area. Then as we're moving and we're covering each other, we may have to break off into a tactic. Oh, what is that tactic called? CQB. So CQB and HRT is a tactic of urban warfare. It is not urban warfare, but it is a tactic of. Right? So urban warfare is it's what's in charge. It's the general. CQB is like the little guy on the side, the staff sergeant. So it's the smallest piece of what it is that you're doing to get in, and then you also got to think about getting out. So let's keep working our way down. Let's say we have to hit house at whatever address, doesn't matter. We have to get there, we have to get down the street safely. We have to maneuver buildings well. We have to make sure that plan A, B, and C are executable. Our evac routes are executable. We have to seal off a perimeter so people can't get in or out of that perimeter. This is all before we ever kicked in the front door. We have to stake out the area. We have to get some intel on the area. We have to get the teams ready on both sides of the house to be able to enter the house. And then we're doing CQB or HRT. So now you have teams here, teams on the outside of the perimeter, teams on that side of the perimeter, and teams in the sky. Notice how none of this was just you and your buddy, or just you and your four buddies. And dang sure none of this was you by yourself. All of this is set up as a group of people that are coming together to do one urban warfare mission that one portion of it equaled CQB. Everybody stacked up, they do their hit, they go in, they kill the bad guy, or they arrest the bad guy or whatever, then they come out. Now you have to do the same thing. Now you have to have an evacuation route. Maybe it's the same way you came in, maybe it's a different way. You have an evacuation route, you gotta get you, all your guys, and all your equipment out of there. Can't leave any of your equipment. And you've gotta do that after you just made a bunch of noise and made a bunch of people mad and everybody's seen you. So now you've gotta get all of your stuff back out and back to base. So notice urban warfare turns into, it wasn't me coming around the corner with my Mark 18, seeing the bad guy and shooting him. It was me having to walk through the apartments and the houses and looking with binoculars to make sure there wasn't somebody up there that I didn't see that shot me. It's me having to look in the tree lines to see if there's anybody in those tree lines. It's me having to stay in the tree lines or in the shadows of these buildings, right? And having to skirt around buildings where in our mind, the quickest distance from point A to point B is straight. We may have to make one of these. And so it's me finding the buildings that I can go through to not be seen, knowing where the local cameras are, knowing where the local spotters are that are out watching you with binoculars. And whenever if you show up and you're doing something, they call their emergency response team that now attacks you. Urban warfare and CQB is not even kind of the same. CQB is a tactic of urban warfare. So if you're spending all of your time on CQB, you could be the best. You could be SEAL Team 6, Delta Force, you're there, you're the best. But if you can't do the urban warfare to get you in and get you out, you never got there to do CQB in the first place. All right, Outlaws, thanks for watching. Look, I know some of these are kind of controversial. Some of you guys are busting my balls. I get it. All I'm trying to do is give you a real perspective on what to expect as whatever you're seeing in life goes down, right? Financial collapse, pole shift, World War III, whatever it is that you see and how you envision your personal need to train and use your firearms for self-defense, however you vision that, I don't care. I want you to be able to see what is the bigger picture and narrow it down to the small picture. Instead of being stuck in the small picture, and then when real life hits you, the big picture was so much different that it really bites you in the rear end and you don't survive that situation. So guys, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, comment. I appreciate you, Outlaw Nation. Spread the word. Check out our merch. Links are down below. We've got some new shirts and stuff coming out. I hope you guys like it. Appreciate you. I'm trying to post on Patreon as much as I can. I've been just slammed busy. Check it out though. It supports us. We really appreciate you. Love you guys. Outlaw out.